Alright. Hey everybody, welcome to Granblue Radio. I got my computer back up and working again, so I just need to restore a bunch of settings from my old OBS, which I haven't done yet, but maybe I'll just start over. This is Vibrating Sheep of Granblue_EN, joined by DJ.
What's up?
And today, so a few hours after we ended the last episode, Agielba 5-star came out, so we're going to jump straight to that, and then we're going to go into all of the things that updated today. So, let us go check out a little early Father's Day. Agielba over here is the best dad on the Grand Cipher, which is not actually a very difficult feat.
That's really not hard. I'm going to say, actually, there's a dad who stepped up, though.
Which one? Ingve?
Not even his own daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say it's like Orolochi is not on the ship yet. Anyway. All right. So here we go. Here's Agielba. Agielba had fallen out of the game a long, long time ago, but they made a bunch of changes that are really good for this character. They didn't even have to go back and change much. He's already gone through a round of rebalance. And so, here's what we get. Step 1, his CA, it already gave him 80% armor for specifically the turn that he CAs, which is good on a substitute turn and specifically a sub-turn. Now, it also hits turn the tables, which means that it hits way harder, he triple attacks, and it gives him jammed for the next 3 turns, which is important.
And 20 meter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 20 meter. The 20 meters out after everything.
Right.
And also the triple attacks after everything too.
Right.
At level 100.
And then, the jammed matters because we get to level 95. So let's go in order. Here's level 90 Fortitude, and level 90 Fortitude is a complete change to how this works.
So you go from a 1-turn substitute and 40% defense up and 3 times taking counter, to Dawn's Blazon,
which is so it counters 5 times, and he has full force counter. So
so the first if he counters 1 hit, it actually he does all 5 counters.
Mm-hmm. The defense up is it still the same? Is it still 20?
No, it's 50.
No, it's 50 now. Okay,
So from 40 to 50,
which is important because it lasts for 4 turns, unlike the previous one where it only lasted 1 turn. And then here's the king of all this. Cap wins damage taken at 2,000 per hit, can't be removed.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, that is.
It's a normal substitute. It's not an all sub.
Yeah, which in some ways is good. There are certain things you don't want him to take. So
there are certain things. Where one of the nice things is that if you're in a fight that has attacks everybody, Wellness still gets a counter.
Mm-hmm. And so that's a really good update. Here's 95, which is Hardened Merc, this new passive here. So when a foe uses a special attack, he gets a cut to his skill cooldowns, which is important for Kagutsuchi and specifically Kagutsuchi. The rest of these have fake cooldowns.
Wait, Fortitude has a fake cooldown?
Fortitude has a fake cooldown because of Kagutsuchi, which refreshes all of his other cooldowns.
But Fortitude will come back faster than Kagutsuchi.
True. Between Fortitude and Kagutsuchi, you have crazy uptime on Dawn's Blazon. But yeah, this is a really good thing. And then he gets amplified attack damage, which affects counters, when he has Jammed on. And given the update to Dawn's Desolation, given that he has a CI standby instantly, and that he gives himself 20 meter back minimum when he CAs in the first place, this is pretty much going to always be up once he does it once.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get debuffed out of it, or despelled out of it. I mean. Yeah,
and the amp is 15%, which is pretty strong. Then the last thing, level 100, turn the tables. Sorry, we mentioned this as part of the whole effect of all of his level 100 effects happen with Dawn's Desolation. So The level 100 raises the damage cap, it gives him the meter, and it gives him the guaranteed triple attack, which is going to be amplified because of Hardened Mark. So this entire package does a lot. Like, a lot.
He has a 4-turn substitute. That's actually really amazing, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And given the tank competition in Fire,
which is Anderson and Vera,
and in some ways Satyr.
Well,
so actually, isn't every single one of those no, Anderson's in Spear. So they all have like variations of the same kind of thing, and they're all strong. Like, let's go take...
Yeah, the difference is that Vera is actually able to just tell the boss no.
Mm-hmm. And she has synergy with Frau specifically, along with a few other things.
Yeah, and Anderson is he's really good, but his is a one time for like a long time, I believe, for his skill 3.
It is. He does the most consistent damage out of them. And then you have Satyr, who has the most sustain out of all of them.
She's the only one of these that has a heal.
A group heal, a debuff change, and her substitute comes up like extremely often because it comes up after there's the special attack. So
yeah, but the being 2000 mitigates just straight to go down to 2000 if it's wind damage is really nice.
Yeah. So
like that synergizes really well with wind change, for example.
Mm-hmm. Which is over there on Athena most famously. Let's go back to Spear.
Granted, you want to get Athena to be targeted, so there are some issues there in certain fights, but not all of them.
Yeah, if it once again you said if it attacks AoE, then
she has been targeted.
She's been targeted. It happens. And then the last there's a sort of tank that's fallen off of the wayside over here in Reinhardt Tsar, who
I just know he punches.
He basically takes 3 turns off, and there's technically a substitute in there.
But taking turns off, you need to have like something amazing in order to fill that nowadays.
Yeah, he just punch at the end,
and it's a big punch and all, but still.
Yeah. Technically, Mugen can tank for 1 turn, but usually when you tank with Mugen for 1 turn,
you're trying to kill him.
You are absolutely trying to kill this guy. If you're playing Mugen, you're either playing Mugen or you're sacrificing Mugen, and you're not using Mugen as a tank.
I find it funny though that Agielba will still die to LER doing the billion hits because it caps at 2000, and then you just die.
Yep. So yeah, Agielba really strong. They've made it so that the tank situation in Fire, you have multiple choices, and they all work in different ways. If only he was
a primal foul, then he'd be the actual best friend with Medusa.
It's true. But yeah, this is a pretty good one, like update to his abilities. So I really like this one.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
All right, we had an update today, as you mentioned. So here we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the so more maintenance completed. So we have a new resort island, like little section here. Did we finish it yet? Let's see.
I didn't pay attention. I haven't looked at it all day, actually.
Yeah. We got really close because a lot of this stuff was just stuff that we've had accumulating for a long time. This is the one that is hard, which is Lich Omega Anima and DAO Omega Anima. Wait, and by hard, I mean I have now contributed 132. I could. I'm not going to right now. I'm going to let other people do it.
What do we get from these islands?
So, the rec area, which we are not done with yet, starting at level 2, we're going to start seeing casino medals from the pickup section. And hey, look, here's a casino chip right now, this moment, that I just picked up.
Oh, nice.
So, given that it said ×1, this is actually considered separately from the items. And then over in the main office, the main office is the one that you actually want to max out for its passive effect. This is a 5% boost to XP. Just flat. passively for the rest of the game, as long as you're in this crew.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
These things all add up.
Yeah, the rec area, its passive bonus at level 3 is unneeded after all this time, but I guess it's there.
I think I've been maxed out, haven't I?
Yeah, it's like elemental upgrade skill earnings. Who actually here, raise your hand if you remember what that does. And where
I don't
you
even know what it does, I just know it.
Hey, look, here's upgrade skill. What does upgrade skill do again? It represents your overall upgrade mastery. Each element has an upgrade skill and level, and it grants bonus XP to weapons, summons, and characters of the same element when they're upgraded. Also, it gives you extra grand success. And it's just like, it's been maxed out for me for so long that I just don't remember. But, yeah, and then the last thing that we'll get passively overall is that every Monday at 1 a.m., the game will check how many tourists that you have here on Laban Land, or whatever your resort island is named, and we'll get rupees.
Oh, cool.
Every member of the crew does it.
Like, rupees add and minus all the time, so this is nice.
Yeah. All crew members...
with shot points, I'd be even making more excited.
Yeah, so as of right now, we have 200,000 tourists. That'll go up. It'll change each time. So as of right now, every week, every crew member gets 200,000 rupees. That number will go up, so it'll go to 50, 300, etc., etc., etc. So it'll ramp over time.
That's good.
It's free.
I've been spending a lot of rupees lately, so...
Yeah, same. So, here's another thing. They gave us new furniture. They did not give us a mechanical bonus for making more furniture yet. We're still at level 3. But...
you can make a jellyfish.
You can make a jellyfish. And, so, let's see. Here it is. Jellyfish. A plush toy of Wamdus that is equal parts silly and charming. I saw someone complain, it's like, give them a walk animation. It's like, that's not how this game is made. That's sorry.
That's not how this game is literally made.
Like, if you've ever seen the sprite sheet for this is a combat-only sprite sheet. It is not like Princess Connect, where you just have a skeleton and can manipulate it.
Princess Connect was literally built for this.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Cinderella Girls. They make a Poochie for each character that comes out. Anyway... So, that's the Resort Island change. There's also a quick button that lets you get to the Resort Island. The next thing that we have is... So we got a bunch of free stuff. Did you go claim your free stuff yet?
No.
It includes 1 million rupees, so...
Ooh, I should go grab that. I've been in the sandbox all day.
Yeah, if you just touch the Resort Island screen, which has the new banner, then it'll give it to you. And you have a month.
Oh no! Like, I'll never be in the resort in a month.
Yeah. All right. So that's that. Next up, we got the final Revens raid. It is pretty funny that we finished Revens before we finished Malice. We are still missing the Fire Malice.
Correct.
But they haven't released a Malice raid in quite a while. So,
Malice raids are also technically tied to story.
True.
And we haven't had a story update in a while.
Yeah, they said that it's coming relatively soon on the roadmap. We'll see how soon that is. It's not this month. All right. So the Cosmos mechanic is actually pretty neat. There is a unique balance bar on the top of the screen when you are fighting against Cosmos.
And you have to achieve at least relative balance. Okay, don't go too far to right or left.
Yeah. So one direction is you move in one direction by doing a single hit that is at least 3 million, and you move to the other direction by doing every 10 hits, I think.
That was 30 hits. Let me check.
I think it's
maybe every 10 hits. Wait, hold on. Let me check. I'll check.
Okay.
I need to go through other people's lists because I haven't actually done the fight yet.
Right. Let me go back to game with.
Yeah, that'll be a better source because there's nothing on the wiki yet.
Right.
It's been like 6 hours.
So let's see. That is the Omens. All right. So, yeah, you go one direction toward red, one tick toward red, if you do one hit of more than 3 million damage, and every
like
10 hits, every 10 hits, it'll go one to the left. And so you want
to go towards the blue.
Yeah, and if you go to the extreme, she will wipe you.
And also wipe the raid.
The other thing is that...
I know, I don't think it wipes the raid. It wipes you completely, and I don't think you can actually try to push damage at that point, once that happens.
Yeah, she has the Cien Mil Espadas, where she does not take damage during her wipe trigger. And so... I mean, a lot of the usual suspects can do a big CA and then do hits after it, but you still have to balance it out, and you actually have to, you can't just mash Bowman and expect it to work, You can't just let your... you can't just let your Kengo things go on full auto and you'll finish. Like, there's a decent amount of
you'll finish, all right. You'll finish.
Yeah, you're right. Good call. Nice correction there.
It's just you won't finish the way you want, and there's no tenacity yet.
Mm-hmm. And so let's talk about the loot, though. So the fight is interesting. I'm gonna go into it after this. I spent my time today picking up Near Skill 4, because Near Skill 4 is amazing at this fight, which I was like, oh, I could take my time. I don't know if they'll make it amazing. It's like it's amazing in this fight.
Yeah, extra hits, everything.
Yeah, extra hits, and she herself is really good at doing a single hit of 3 million damage and then doing 10 hits after it, so she just covers for herself. Alright.
And then other good characters. Fediel's good because she can on the next turn not CA and instead just do her nuke.
Seox is good because he has
Seox.
Yeah. Halmal have been good, but not for the usual reason. The dispel doesn't really do
they fulfilled the hit counter after seeing.
Mm-hmm. People have been pulling out Black Knight because she's good at it, which is really cool.
That makes sense with the skill 1.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's some decent options. Like, I think Summer Tabina works as well. We've been talking about that one because there's a debuff Clear Omen, and so that's the other reason to use Halmal, is that you want to do 8 to 10 debuffs. So people are bringing the new Chaos Ruler, by the way. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because you have the auto nuke.
Mm-hmm. And auto debuffs.
Those hits as well as debuffs.
Mm-hmm.
There's one that's 5 red buttons, I believe.
Yes. And so
40 hits, and I forget what the last one is.
Okay, so it is 10 debuffs, 40 hits, 5 CAs, or 4 red buttons. And then the numbers can go up and down a little bit.
Yeah, and I've seen on videos that she resists delays.
Yes. So she will do her thing, and you've got to adjust or block. Anyway, cool fight.
But you cannot let 3 CAs go through.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise you actually just wipe yourself.
Yes. So here's Symmetria, which is her katana weapon.
That's not a katana. That is no way not a katana.
Her katana weapon, which gives you Zeus side garrison and our first instance of small tempering. So
yeah, before our normal tempering was just big tempering.
So
do we know this? Did the game was actually post what small tempering is the multiplier on the?
It is 12,500 base. And I believe on Renee, it's what, 20k base?
I'm trying to remember because the multipliers messes with me. Let me just check.
It is 25k at level 15. So it's 12.5 at like level 10. So I believe it's slightly higher. Let me make sure of what the star level of that tweet was.
I mean, you have to be a 120 in order to get the skill, tempering skill.
Yeah, you're right. So it is 12,500 at skill level 15. So it is half.
So it's half.
Yes. So with Radiant Renee, you're giving up Fandango in order to get Garrison and Awakening.
The Awakening is really nice, especially since when you're in Primal, for example. Actually, there's no for example. You have to do this in Primal. It's in Light. Before Primal, you kind of lose a lot of HP compared to Magna.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not enough weapon slots to make up for a lot of things.
It's like Ivory Arc ×2 has been just the way that you live, right?
It is, but the problem is it's still not enough.
Makes sense.
Like I've been using the Seiphon swords in my grids just to balance out my HP and have defense values.
Yeah, I do not like. I saw within like 3 minutes people were declaring Doom on this thing. It was like, it's not bad. There's reasons to use this.
The only thing is that you can't, unlike not Pain and Suffering, Agonize, you can't just splash this in if you're Omega. You just can't. True. It's not worth it.
It does
unless you're doing the defense value, and at that point you Seiphon. You have a sword grid.
Yeah.
You Seiphon.
That is true. It is not for Magna, and yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, so that is Cosmos for now. The other things are pretty minor.
Has been running it all day, but I'm like, I've been working. I'm not gonna look at this until way later.
I've just been mashing the World Plus to get near 4. It'll get there. All right, so here are just the little things that we've been talking about that were announced at the beginning of the month for us. It was the number of times that you can do a friend support in a row is up to 30 instead of 20. It's like, yeah, sure, okay. It's convenient, and you'll notice it over long periods of mashing, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm getting more mileage on my Lucifer friends.
Yes, I agree. We've got more friend slots. It's like, oh, okay.
I can find more Lucifer friends.
Yes, also true.
They don't add me though because I don't have a Lucifer.
A lot of the 10-year-old restrictions basically for the 80 AP material things. So it's like here today, Gongalonzo is for like bullets, which is it's some sort of metal. I forget what it is. We've got like Antiquarian Troubles for freaking Ancient Cloth, which used to be one of the barriers to creating an Eternal.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it's been forever.
Well, yeah, now you can go into Rise of the Beasts, which is coming later this month, and you can just click on buy these things that let you recruit an Eternal, and you can just get them. And so a lot of these are very, very antiquated limits on progression. And yeah. They're gone. I'm glad that they're gone. They didn't need to be there anymore. This most like in the modern game, this mostly affects freaking soldiers who want to farm for freaking metal.
Yeah, I've never done the soldier grind because it looked horrible.
It is. All right.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it for this. Like, we have a lot of just small bug issues that got fixed, a little bit of art. Like, I actually took a video of Zoe's new animation for Only One Wish, and I'm like, I don't know the difference. Mostly because, honestly, Only One Wish, I've only ever pressed that while it's on full auto, and I haven't looked at the screen.
That's, yeah. I don't know when it happens, so.
I don't know. Alright, so anyway, but yeah, that's it for this week. Let's see here. Next week, I don't think we have anything really to talk about. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. Next week, we will know who the Flash Gala characters are.
Ooh, yes.
And next week, one of your girls, Shira Ishiharuka. Well, I don't know if she's your girl, actually. It's just Choco Senpai.
Yeah, I like Choco.
Okay, you like Choco. But yeah, she's on, and people are like, that character's been dead for thousands of years. That's the entire point of her character existing. Really weird. And just like, thinking, everyone's like,
We could give her an ancestor.
Whose hopium is this? Is this going to be Baldur hopium? Is she going to show up in Baldur's? Like, and if it was, then why isn't it Matsuoka who's going to show up on the show?
Because then people will think that there's going to be a new Chat Noir.
Oh man, you're right. I forgot about that.
That he's Chat Noir.
Yes.
Chat Noir's not even bad anymore. It's just we don't use him because he's still not good compared to everything else we have.
Let's see here. Reset. Male. Primal. No rarity. Yeah. I don't think this is happening, but I could be wrong. It's just funny to me where everyone's like, there's no way that this is going to be a playable character. Right? Isn't there? Maybe?
Thinking.
But yeah, Eros104 in chat asks, Agielba tomorrow? No, it is going to be created by the stars, loved by the skies, rate up, aka a bunch of primals. Like, the primal pals are going to be rate up, and then Zoe. So anyway, that's it.
What's his face? We played as him to fight Baldur in the story mode. Freya.
Yeah, Freyr. Alright, so anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks, DJ. Actual short episode today.
Yeah, that was actually surprising.
2 weeks from now is going to be Anime Expo. I'm pretty sure you're not going, right?
Nope.
Yeah. You've been to AX before, I think, but not this time.
Oh, I've been to AX before. I'm the person in the Vern suit next to Fukuhara.
Yeah. Ugh. And Fukuhara's
problem is
go ahead.
The problem is AX.
Yeah, I feel that very deeply. But I'm going for 2 days, and then after day 2, after the panel, basically, I'm gonna say hi to some Side Games people, and then I'm gonna get in my car and drive home so I can go to my niece's wedding.
Alright, I'll send you on an adventure.
What is
it's
the adventure? I was gonna say it's cards. Booth. Okay.
It's not even cards.
And so it's like, do you think there's any chance that they bring like Extra Fest merchandise to the Side Game store, or do you think it's a like 2022 merch?
They could. I don't think there's a chance though.
Yeah. Usually that stuff is reserved for actual Extra Fest.
Yeah, and the thing is that they still haven't put out the online store.
Also true.
So it'd be weird to do that.
Yeah, SChen11 in chat says Relink News hopefully. New Relink News actually definitely. They're there to put on a panel, and we have permission to take pictures of the screen. So we'll be doing that.
I mean, you don't have to demo. You already did the demo.
Yeah, we might as well play again. But anyway, we're unfortunately, because AX does not have a policy of clearing out the rooms in between panels.
Only certain rooms they do that.
Only certain rooms, and so I think Henry and I were going to be a-camping.
Oh yeah, you convinced Henry to go.
Henry convinced Henry to go.
How did Henry convince himself to go? I thought he was not going.
I will tell you offline.
Okay.
Alright, with that, thanks everybody.